Hey everybody, it's Paul. I thought we'd come back to the farm here and check things out. I know it's been a long time since we've done an update, so I wanted to check on the trees and just kind of show you anything interesting along the way. First thing I wanted to look at is this right here. This is a white lauan tree. I'll zoom out. About a little over a year old. Here's some large leaves on it. I don't know, not quite 2 meters tall. I'm a little downhill from here, so it looks taller than it is. It's already getting kind of a nice ecosystem here. Not sure what these seeds are, or sorry, what these eggs are. Assuming that's what they are, some kind of egg casing. Really pretty, almost metallic. I'll look those up and see if I can figure out at least the general idea of what that is. What else did I hear? A scale insect hanging out. Pretty large one too, if you grab this there. It's a pretty large scale insect up here. I'll leave it be. I see some water dripping down here off of these leaves. Luckily there's a decent amount of dew here in the morning, so the ground is still pretty damp. Usually it's almost December. Usually by December the rains have slowed or almost quit here, but this year's worse than others. Part of the reason we didn't plant a lot of trees this year, we planted about, let me get the vines off of this stake we put in the ground. I guess it's not going to hurt anything, they're dead. Planted about 50 trees this year. Since it's El Nino, get that in the ground. There. El Nino this year, and it sounds like it's going to get worse. We didn't want to plant a ton of trees and have them maybe all just dry out and die. Most of these ones we're walking through now, I'm hoping to have deep enough roots that they're gonna not have that many problems. But it has been a while since we've had much rain, so this is not nearly as wet as the last few years. What's this? Another spider. Metallic. Beautiful spider. Look at this. Don't scare it. There we go. Nice iridescent. Leave it be. Probably isn't too happy having this giant ape walking next to it. All right, up we go. Can show you the newer trees we planted. I'll get them all labeled too here. The Bonnie tree. Something's enjoying those leaves. So Bitog. That's a very nice view. I'm not sure if the camera picks up just how steep that is in some of those places getting down there. Right here we have a little calamansi. I'm guessing that these probably came from cuttings as quickly as they have fruit on them. I don't know, maybe they get fruit at that age already, but I'm guessing they came from cuttings, so they fruited early. But if you're not familiar with these, they're just a small citrus fruit. And I don't know if the origins of them are really clear. I read quite a while about them, and they appear to be some kind of a cross, but I couldn't really get a definite history on them, but I guess they're considered a native fruit here. Nothing else they're useful. We have them a lot. It's just on the side of dishes. They'll just squirt it onto different dishes. The flavor is, it's not extremely sweet, so it's not as sweet as an orange. It's not as sour as say a lemon, but uh, they're pretty good, and they're, yeah, just similar to a lemon. They're nice to squirt onto different dishes. So they're pretty common in the Philippines, and apparently they don't have a lot of issues in terms of needing to be sprayed or anything from what I've heard. So I didn't really want fruit trees that we have to spray every year. I'll try one out. Let's see how it tastes. Let me pick it real quick. So just smelling it, it's something along the lines, yeah, again, something between orange and lemon. Usually you just cut them in half and they'll squirt them on stuff, but I'll just try biting some skin off and then tasting it. You have quite a few seeds in them. If you look there, about like a lemon seed. You can see. Let me flip around again. You can see it's kind of a lighter colored yellow orange flesh. Little tart, but pretty good. I'll bring some to Slush. She'll be happy about those, I bet. Benguet pine. We're kind of right on the lower boundary where these grow. There's some that are near here, but I thought we'd try a couple of them. I doubt they'll get very tall, but might as well try a couple. All right, here we have Bali Tibetan. This is from last year, but Zamala Bayabas. Kind of taking its time, but should be, I hope it makes it, because there's supposed to be a really beautiful tree. I've never seen one in real life that's full grown, but hopefully it makes it. Here's a marang. Have several of those. Their fruit is supposed to taste kind of like a vanilla ice cream kind of flavor. Careful I don't damage the trunk on this. Oh, it grew clear up it. And this is the other reason we didn't plant a ton of these. It's easy to plant thousands and thousands of trees, but if you're not keeping up with the weeds, there's not much point in planting them, because they won't make it too long unless they're giant trees already. Marang. Can you hear the toucan? Sounds like a big toucan, big lizard. Here's a lanzones. All right, here we have rambutan. This is very common around here, so hopefully these will do well. They're already 1.5 meters tall. There's some just down the road growing pretty well. There's a talisai, but I wanted to show you. Shrike. here. I believe it's a shrike. Hanging out on a tree. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look very healthy though. I'll go look at it. Here's what that shrike was on. It's another big nye. It's just the one branches. For whatever reason, the leaves are dying, but still alive. Here's a Camagon tree. Velvet apple, Mabolo, Diospyros blancoi, however you want to call it. It is a nice species of ebony. We bought this one's already pretty large, maybe a meter tall. Talisai. All right, these are from these were planted last year. So this is Magkono, not a fast grower. One of the densest woods in the world, densest in the Philippines. So we'll see how quickly they grow. They have really pretty flowers while they're growing. So far it's taking its time. Oh, here was a Malabayabas, but RIP, it's gone. The Banaba. Nice red stem, but get this to focus on this. Ooh, look at this guy, has a mite on it, that little red thing, there's a mite. That's a really beautiful beetle. Okay, we'll leave it alone. Anyway, the Banaba, I think I saw a smaller one earlier, but this one has grown a lot. This is a meter and a half now. They were about the same size when we planted. Look at that nice red stem. Not sure how long until it gets flowers, but I'm looking forward to it. Here's Kowloon Pete from last year. Already looking nice. That's nice silver new leaf. Looks like hairy. I guess that's to protect it probably from insects. I don't know. Nice. Next to it we have another Banaba. Oh, okay, they're doing all right. Look, all the way down there. So just up there is kind of a flatter area, and when these peak up above that ridge, should have hopefully really nice flowers, at least part of the year. I think I said in a previous video the idea of this section was kind of have sort of like a ornamental tree park area. So that's why we have the Malabayabas, Banaba, Bagras, Magkono, and if I can get to it, the Bagawak, Morado, or however it's pronounced. Celeste literally laughed at me when she heard how I pronounced it before. But I can take it. I've had worse. What is this one? Also a year old. Magkono, this one's growing quickly. This is already, geez, that's just past my chin already. It's really interesting how, I'm sure there's a lot of factors, genetics and the sunlight it gets. I'm sure there's variations in the soils across this ridge. It's pretty interesting what a huge difference in growth this is, because that other one literally is about the size of this little twig right here. So this one is doing much better, or at least growing faster. I don't know if it's doing better. And bog grass. All right. So I don't know, about a month ago, I thought this was maybe a goner. I'm not sure why these top branches didn't make it, but it's still alive there. I think there's some really close to my house in Baguio that are blooming now that I can show you. I'll try to remember to do that while they're still in bloom. Let's go back through this forest real quick since I'm here. One thing, the first time I was ever in a rainforest was in Belize, and I was always impressed with these trees that get almost like a camouflage growth on them. I guess that's lichen. Pretty cool. Wow, these trees have grown quite a bit in this last year. It's nice. What's this? A nice plant. Might ask to have this identified too on Coast Digital Florida. The issue is some of these plants are native. A lot of these that have like nice red flowers, red berries, whatever, are, some of them are native, but a lot of them are just escaped house plants. So I don't know. I'll look this one up. It's pretty though. It's like some more of them. I'll take some photos of this here. A nice white berry on this. I can get this one identified too. Why not? Get out here and take a photo. Man, nice. Getting large. I think this area kind of shows you just with, as long as it's not completely grassed over, no trees around, if you just leave an area alone, I mean, none of these trees are extremely old, so this was cleared at some point, but if you just leave an area alone, it will bounce back. It's not going to be the same as an original forest. It's going to be non-native species, but and the proportions of the natives aren't going to be the same, but still quite nice. I suppose if you wanted to, or if it was necessary, you could always come in and clear any that you know aren't supposed to be there and make room for others. These roots, like a knot. It's pretty cool. Big tree. Well, I'm back in Baguio. There's a whole murder of crows behind me. I don't know what that means. But anyway, we'll show you the flowers of that Bagawak Morado, or however you pronounce it. And I want to thank everybody again for your support, for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.